Hello friends, I just thought I'd do a quick video of my current garden at my urban farm. We now live in the Sunnyslope area of North Phoenix, and we have our pretty cactus gardens out here. Eventually all of this rock will be covered with dirt, and then we'll be growing all kinds of edible stuff out here, of course. We started with some real basic composting in this area for the last year, and so that's where all of the plants that are off to this side of the Valencia tree are just volunteers, and it's just compost. And then we're just getting into it as we go. So Velarde Gardens, we get a lot of starts from her. So we have cardoons, quite a few of those. They look like an artichoke leaf. They're very similar, they're in the same family. They require a lot of cooking, but we figured we would just grow them, probably not eat them. They're not really my favorite. We have plenty of mint that we're growing from small starts, and some other stuff here that's just starting to take on. Those were some newer transplants. We've got our Eat toys. You can start those from the roots. I know I send those out quite often. So you can they have the shallot root and then the green top. We've got some baby oregano there. A little bit of art in the garden, of course. Step back so you can kind of get a view here. So it's kind of sunny. Hopefully you guys get a nice view of what I get to look at all the time here. So all kinds of plants are started here. We have tons of marigolds, lots and lots of oregano. That looks like marjoram back there. More onions and garlic. That looks like another oregano to me. Pepper plant back there, more toys that are starting, and they'll just continue to bunch and grow. And as you see, as we go through the garden, you'll see more of those that have started already that we've had in the ground for a while. Marigolds, they're really great. They're edible flowers, as well as being a natural pest deterrent. So super cool and really pretty. Nice addition to your garden. We have some trees started here too. So this is going to be a fig tree. That'll be a black mission, which is pretty exciting. The stuff that's going to seed back there, that is dill. That's going to be a nice spring onion right back there. I don't want to step in because he watered this morning. All kinds of little stuff out here. We have little peppers, more toys. Those are poppies. You can see the flowers have already come and gone. These are more poppies. Tomatoes, we've had tomatoes survive the whole winter, so that's awesome. All these little ones here, these are zinnias. They're also a edible flower. This is a patch of carrots here. They've all been orange. And then we have this here is called bouquet dill, and you can see why, because it makes a beautiful bouquet. It's a sunflower that's popping up that's taller than the dill there. We've got some beautiful lavender here that really seems to be doing great this year. This is a marjoram, which is in the oregano family, and that smells so good. Another pepper plant. I don't know what any of the peppers are until they start fruiting, and all of these are young, so honestly, I don't know. We've got sorrel. I don't really know how you say that one. It's not really a flavor I love, but I love the way it looks, and it's such a small, slow-growing plant. You can see why they charge the money they charge for that stuff. We've got some of our toys here that are starting to flower, which means we can collect seeds, or you can just enjoy them when they're flowery. You can eat the flowers, a little spicier. We've let all of our lettuce go to seed, and then this is a Swiss chard here that's went to seed. So if you see me at the farmer's market, I always have seeds for sale. This is why. When you let things go to seed, you get to see how beautiful they are when they flower, because normally you're eating them as a tender leaf. It's a different part of the plant. So it's pretty cool. This is called Freckles. This is a romaine. I mean, it's just so neat. You never get to see flowers out of your lettuce. We've got some beautiful poppies. Now these poppies, we believe they're called the breadfruit poppy. I think I can step up here to show you the flower. Breadfruit poppy. Ugh. See how pretty that is. We're gonna get actual poppy seeds out of this one, so that's pretty cool. Most of the poppies we grow are desert poppies, or are just for pretty color and, you know, in addition to your garden. We have small dino kale growing. These are more zinnias. They're getting going. So these have been in a little bit longer. They're doing a little bit better over here. We've got a nice row of carrots out front here more oregano, and then I think there's more mint over that way. More of the same. These leaves here are a Chioggia beet, so they produce a more tender leaf than the other beets do. You know, all beet leaves are totally edible and delicious. They're mild and real versatile. You can eat them raw, you can cook them like you would Swiss chard or spinach. Got some pretty irises. Let's see, that big thing there with the leaves is going to be like the, I think it's going to be another breadfruit poppy. And then the stuff that's flowering here and here, that's a broccoli flower, the big yellow tall flowers there with the big leaves that kind of look like kale. And then you've got a pink celery here that's also skyrocketed. They're about as tall as me, so they're 5'5", almost 6 foot tall. So it's kind of cool. This is a shady corner right now this time of day, but this is the longevity spinach. Longevity spinach is a little more like a succulent. So I'm pretty sure this one's going to grow through the heat. It is flourishing right now as it gets hotter. It is only taking over this corner, and I've been harvesting it regularly. So that's pretty impressive, prolific plant as far as a green goes. We've got some normal celery here. And you know, we started all of our celery just from celery butts. Like if you cut the bottom off and then put it in the ground, you can have celery. And we'll usually have celery year round. I can just come out, cut a couple stems, use it in my food, cook with it, whatever. More poppies. These are so beautiful. We're really loving the poppies. This here is a onion flower. Another one that will usually end up in my centerpieces when I'm picking flowers for inside my house. It's just too cool. And you don't get to see them this way all the time. And we will have a couple, maybe just one bulb down there. A lot of the stuff that we have growing in our garden, you know, is leftover food that I can't sell or eat. It gets composted, we plant it, we whatnot. So not a lot in our farm. In our garden, it's actually started from seed. I'm playing here with some lemongrass. We were able to salvage some lemongrass from the old house. I'm gonna have to walk around this blob of stuff here. We just got, we had some peas in here. We've got some EE toys. I don't know what that is. I don't know. Jimmy knows, I'm sure. I've been working with Hillside Farm, so I have a lot of transplants right now, which are available for sale on the website. We've got tomato starts, we've got zucchini starts, and then those are a ton of peppers. They're all different varieties. We have a lot of the zinnia. We went ahead and got a lot of those because they're edible and they're pretty. So a lot of starts here of zinnias. Quite a nice variety here. Looks like some more tomatoes, squash, watermelon I see down there. So we're still working on getting our cold season stuff out of the garden, which hopefully that'll probably be wrapped up by the end of this week or next. We've got some really beautiful cabbage. I've been harvesting them, so we only have a handful more out here to harvest. This is the back side of the broccoli, so you can kind of see how big it is. And it's so cool. Excuse me, it's so cool when they do that. That's your celery there going to crazy. This is, I think this is one that's actually cauliflower, not broccoli. I might be wrong though, and that might have been broccoli too. So yeah, we just have some really cool things going. That's a cabbage with some funny leaves. See, and like this one's getting kind of covered in aphids because that's what happens when the heat comes in. And honestly, we're just fine with that. We let one plant take the brunt. And sometimes if you give up one, that's all they really want. They just need something to feed on. Yeah, so more cabbage. Oh, this is fun. This is pineapple sage. I keep forgetting to put it in my boxes. It smells like pineapple. It's so freaking cool. And that sage is prolific. It does really, really well out here, even in the heat. So, kind of cool. This is our blackberries. We didn't get a huge crop this year, but it's a transplant from the old house, so you kind of got to give it a little time to bounce back. And that it is doing, so that is great. All right, and then now I'm in to the area where we've just composted, and at this point we're letting things grow because they're doing so well. We have a beautiful volunteer tomato. This is all corn, and it's kind of cool. Like if you pick up this blob, It's literally just like an old corn cob that we threw out here. But we had gotten some really amazing corn from some of our local growers, so I'm assuming that's why it grew. It's really cool though. This is all corn. Beautiful sunflowers. Those are going to go crazy. We've got onions and garlic out here that we're going to get to pick. Quite a few potatoes are in there too. So that'll be fun to pull up and see what kind of potatoes we have growing. Other than that, I'm trying to see here. Sunflowers, onions. Yep, more sunflowers. We love sunflowers. And let's see. There was something else I was just thinking I was going to show you. That's a tomatillo. I haven't decided what to do with that yet. Oh, I've got some planter boxes. So this is kind of cool. My roommate has been making recycled planter boxes out of pallets and these like aluminum tin metal things that are all part of the print shop that he works for. So pretty cool. He's popping these bad boys together. I have about 12 in total. And honestly, I'm thinking about selling them once I know how well they work. Excuse me. So this is just our little trial run here so that I can have edible flowers coming from my own garden again. We've got violas. We've got beautiful pansies, more marigolds. He put some herbs in here. You know, oregano, Greek oregano is such a funny plant. It's already flowering. And then we've got some basil here. That's doing really good. That'll only get better. More violas, more pansies, more basil, more violas. These have that other name that I always forget. Dia, something. I don't remember it now. So yeah, all kinds of really fun stuff. And you guys get to reap all the benefits. So that is my garden as of, what is today? April 17th, 2023.